Hey, good morning, everyone. Sri Lankan Sammi in Cebu. Welcome to the show. I am so happy to see you Saturday morning. It is so beautiful outside that if you guys do not chat with me, I'm just going to end the stream and go out to the beach. I'm joking. I'm joking. We're going to be around for a little while. We're going to have a great get together today. We're going to talk about what is going on in Cebu, what exciting things are happening here, and what is happening, what is going on. We're going to have a little bit of fun. The sound is good, everything is good. I have the cleaners coming to the house right after the live stream. So I didn't clean. I took everything off the shelves so that when they come in, they don't have to move things around. They just come in and clean and get out. So I emptied out the bathroom, emptied out the kitchen, emptied out the living room. The only thing I'm asking them is not to touch the desk area because of my computers and stuff. But otherwise, it's going to be come home to a nice clean house. Love it. It is just stunningly beautiful today. I cannot believe how amazingly beautiful it is outside. We have a rare weekend where it is sunny and hot. Normally, for the last couple of weeks, it has been raining on the weekends, which really sucks because, you want to have. I've purposely taken Friday, Saturday, Sundays off so that I can go and enjoy the day, but it hasn't been like that for the last couple of weeks. Today it is, and I'm ecstatic about it. Let's start by saying hello to some recent subscribers. Again, please subscribe if you love this kind of content. Don't subscribe and then never watch. That will really not help me. We are over 500 subscribers. Thank you so much. 50% on the way to monetization. If you want to support the channel, you can buy me a coconut by scanning the QR code here. Otherwise, please just watch videos, comment, hit the like button. That's really important. Hit that like button and subscribe if you're going to watch more. Okay, I want to say hello to Shri Sasta, Alex, and Charles S. Thank you very much for subscribing. I truly appreciate it. As I said before, your information pops up on my screen if your profile is public. If your profile is not public, then I can't see you. Okay, so that's why I don't say hi to everyone, because I don't see you. We have over 500 subscribers. I don't know who everyone is. Let's take a look at some of the comments we've had over the last couple of days since the last live stream. Remember, we have live streams 2 times a week on Wednesday nights, Filipino time, to talk with our European and Oceania friends, and then Saturday mornings for our North American friends. It's Friday night in the USA. I am looking at all of the analytics. Let's get to the analytics right after this. Simon, always love to see your interactions. You are truly a YouTuber's wet dream. Commenting, participating, I love it. Thank you so much. Trent, here's another brother that I absolutely love. Friday night in Central USA. Love it, brother. Darren, yeah, rent's really cheap here compared. Sri Lanka is cheaper overall to the Philippines, but from a Western perspective, from things like buying things, food, infrastructure, all of that kind of stuff, Philippines is cheaper. Jason, thanks again for joining. Strawberry, thanks for joining. I appreciate it. Aim, welcome to the family. Cohiba. Brother, let me tell you something. Your problems are not unique. It happens to a lot of people. He was talking about how I did a vlog on relationships and some of the horror stories, and he provided a horror story, and it's not normal. It's not unique. Cohiba, don't worry about missing the live streams and stuff like that. You can join after, you can join whenever, you can watch it afterwards. Rafi God, welcome to the family. Joshua, again, always ready to jump in and say hello. Now, here's something an issue that I want you guys. Darren, good to see you, brother. How's it going? I just commented about your comment that the prices here are cheaper than Sri Lanka for luxury, not luxury, but 4-star accommodation, much cheaper than Sri Lanka. I could not pay this amount and live in Mirisa or Weligama or even like the East Coast. Could never afford this price. So thanks for joining, brother. Appreciate it. Can I ask Trent and Darren, since you're here, what the hell is that? Something in my face. Someone has commented, and it's not the first person, that the music in my vlogs, the recent vlogs, not the ones like a month ago, like the ones this week, the music is overpowering the voice. Is that an issue with you? Because I don't hear it. And I edit my videos and I listen to them. I set the volume at 150% and the music at 6%. So I don't understand how people are hearing and they say they can't hear my voice or it's overshadowing. Like, I asked this person if they could comment, how are they listening to my vlogs? Like, what devices are they using? Are they using a TV? Are they using headphones? Are they watching it on their phone? What's going on so that I can understand? And I have researched this. And I have contacted my editing company to have them like troubleshoot it. And they said they don't understand how that's possible because they looked at my videos and they put it through their system and they said, there's no way that it could be like a stereo or a mono issue or anything like that. So Darren, Trent, if you guys can comment on your experience listening to my recent vlogs, not my old ones from months ago, because I did have an issue. I corrected the issue. Let's talk about the last vlog, the last 2, 3, 4 vlogs. Is there an issue with the music overpowered, like you can't hear me? It may be distracting. Okay, that's not my question. My question is, can you hear me? All right, that's what I want to know. Because this one person had an issue and was commenting. Yeah, Trent, and it's on a loop, right? I can't like cut it up. It would take way too much time to like put in different kinds of music. And I'm thank you for understanding why I'm doing it. When you layer things into your vlog, like graphics, subtitles, music, edits, transitions, the more you layer into your vlog, the more the algorithm sees it as quality. Okay? The algorithm looks at those layers, and every time you add a layer, it moves you up the algorithm. Yeah, I understand it's distracting. I'm gonna try to like bring it down a little bit more, but it has to. There's a limit from my editing company and from my management company. They say that I have to do this. It is a huge plus for the algorithm, right? So once I get monetized, maybe I'll reduce it a little bit or maybe cut it out or try to something different. But my number one thing is, other than being distracting, can you hear me? That is the most important thing. Okay, I want to make sure that you can hear me. All right, enough said. Darren, really sorry to hear about the accident that happened in with the bikers there. Um, I'm assuming you were talking about the Australians in Sri Lanka. Yeah, I don't drive fast. Oh my gosh, I don't drive recklessly. I don't cross the yellow line. I don't pass on the right hand side. I don't follow too closely. I don't distracted drive, because that is the worst thing that could happen. A tiny mistake and your entire life is destroyed. Just destroyed. Adriana, my good friend from Czech Republic, her and her family are really on the road to the perfect early retirement. And thank you so much for joining. Terry, good to see you back. Always happy to hear from you. Joshua, always there. Rick Holland, yeah, Terry was commenting that he said he got stopped once and they just looked in the bag and said, it's okay, go ahead. So don't worry about it. When you go into shops and stores in Sri Lanka, in Thailand, in Vietnam, in Philippines, you have to leave your backpack and bags at the front door. You get a little ticket, and you can just say, well, you could say no, nobody has, but it's for large bags, like to prevent shoplifting or anything like that. Broker Basil, brother, I'm really looking forward to you coming here and hanging out and chatting on your experiences in the Philippines. Oh, Aussies in the Philippines? Yeah, I didn't hear about that. So, Darren, I hope people learn, man. I hope people. Terry, yeah, this is a different app. This is the Restream app. Okay, so this is my streaming app that I pay for. So they have a different licensing. And this is like a lo-fi, this is lo-fi music that they have proprietary to their service. The editing tool is called Veed.io, and their proprietary music that I found, and again, I pay for editing services, this streaming service, and a consulting service. And everything is coordinated together. And what they have said is, if you're using this, this is the music you have to use. And when you start using that music, use it forever. Don't change. It's branding. People become accustomed to associating that song with you. That's why all of my text and fonts are yellow and black with this kind of font. That's my brand. Okay, so they said you need to maintain consistency, because when you change, people are like, they get, psychologically, it hurts. And what I want, there are certain people who are comfortable with conformity, and you don't want to ruin that. Deep down, psychologically, people like conformity. So that's what they've said. And I understand that. I have a master's degree in psychology. So I kind of get it. So I want to maintain that. That's why I start everything with the same catchphrase. I end with my catchphrases. People like that. There's a branding and association with that. Yeah, Darren, you know, people who, this is a very true thing. People go on vacation and they think it's Disneyland, and that they get on these scooters and they have no understanding of how to operate. There's no clutch, right? It's not a motorcycle. It's not a motorbike. It's a scooter. It's like an e-bike, and they don't wear helmet, they don't wear shoes, they don't wear shirts, and they call it the Bally Burn. So if you guys want to see a funny video, go to YouTube and search Bally Burn, Baliburn, and you will see people walking along the beach with bandages on their arms, their hands, their knees, their butt, because they've fallen off the motor scooter and scraped themselves. They've got road rash. Just awful. Now, I'm a 20-year experienced biker, and I know what I'm doing, and I drive preventatively, right? I watch the road to ensure that everyone who's coming towards me is trying to hit me. So that's how I drive. I watch behind me. I watch to the left, to the right, and to the front. I watch as I'm approaching roads to see if anybody's going to come out. I'm not a distracted driver. I'm constantly watching to ensure that the cars that are near me are out to hit me. And I don't speed. I don't horseplay. That's where it happens, is horseplay and the inexperience of understanding the physics of a motorbike. It's just awful. It's just awful. I don't get frustrated, and I take my time. Yeah, Darren, milk powder? Blech. I will never, ever, ever drink a powdered liquid. Liquids aren't meant to be powdered. Just sorry. I can taste it. Even chocolate milk, I don't do. I don't like it. I prefer syrup. Lionhearted, thanks so much for the coffee tip. I don't want to walk all the way to LG Walk to get a cheap coffee. I'll just make one here. But I'm going to tell you guys this. When I return at the end of this year in August, and I stay here for 2 years, a year and a half minimum, 2.5 years maximum. Because what I want to do is I want to come August, and then 1 year would be August again, and then go back to Sri Lanka for winter. No, I'll go back to Sri Lanka in April. So it'll be August to August, April. So 18 months. And if I stay 2.5 years, it'll be the April of 2028 when I return, because I can stay here maximum 3 years. Then if I plan on doing that, I will invest in a vacuum cleaner, in pots and pans, dishes, a fan, an electric water cooler, water dispenser, and a coffee maker, a nice coffee maker. Tim says he knows where he can get one cheap because they have used ones and you can buy them reconditioned from Korea. For some strange reason, there's a lot of Korean resellers here where they import bulk items, home furnishings, and resell them. Says that's where he got his nice one. Anyway, I prefer to do that. What was I going to say? Something about returning. Oh yeah, I got my utility bill and it's exactly the same as last month because I rarely use electricity. So it was about 6,000 pesos, which is about about 80 to 90 US dollars. What else? Ego Kills, thanks a lot, brother, for joining. Terry, again, thank you again for taking the time to watch the vlog. Truly, truly appreciate it. The analytics that I have on our channel is that we as a community are men over 50 from Western speaking countries, North America, Europe, and Oceania. Paul. Hey, guys, this is Paul, my neighbor, my good friend that you guys have seen in the gym and around. Welcome, brother. Thanks for joining. Hopefully, right after this, we can go head over to the pool. It'll be fun to hang out and just chill out on a beautiful Saturday morning. Paul, we're going to go for dinner at that place that you took me last time with the music, or we can go. And so what I want to do is I want to go to that place for dinner, and then afterwards we can go play some pool at that outdoor bar. Lux, yeah, we can go to Lux, but I'm not really interested in hanging out and being annoyed by ladyboys. That place is crazy. Did you notice that the bakery has removed their chairs from outside because the ladyboys were always hanging out around there? That's hilarious. I think, was it you that showed it to me or Terry? I think Terry showed it to me. So anyway, welcome, Paul. Thanks again for joining. You are one of the coolest guys I have ever met on vacation. We're so like-minded. And I mentioned this to him earlier, is that I absolutely love going to the gym because he's there and he pushes and motivates me to do my workout correctly, and not be lazy. I actually enjoy going to the gym, and being with someone who likes the gym as much as he does makes it just so much more fun. It's not a chore, it's an adventure. And again, this is something that us as retirees need to focus on. Like, I've talked many, many times about financial health, social health, mental health, and physical health. Okay. And if you can meet a like-minded person, okay, who you can get along with, who also can be there when you exercise, it makes the exercise fun because you're not really exercising, you're having conversations and you're talking and laughing and joking and having fun while exercising. And that is just so amazing. An hour, 90 minutes goes by like that, and really motivational. Like I get excited, I'm going to go hang out with Paul and I'm going to work out today because number one, I feel great after my exercise. I feel wonderful. And Paul, let me tell you something. The form that you taught me, my back is not hurting today. We did leg day. Guys, we did leg day on Friday. On Friday morning, I woke up today. Normally when I do leg day, leg and back, my lower back is sore. Today, no, because Paul was showing me a little bit better form. And it's good to have someone who can help, number one, motivate you and also guide you in their best practices. So that's always good. This is something that you should focus on as a solo retiree. Okay, these are for those of us who are solo. And even if you have a partner, it's always good to have a male friend. Okay, you can't always rely on your partner 24 hours a day, because they also need their own time and their own space. Part of being socially complete is to also be alone. You need your alone time, right? You need your own thing. Lady Sarah, I was talking with her earlier and she says, yeah, absolutely. She said she told her boyfriend that if and when they get married, separate bedrooms. They won't sleep together, except for, obviously marital relations. But then afterwards, she wants to be alone. She doesn't like sleeping in the same room as someone. She wants her own space, her own private space that she can go to if she just wants to be alone, read a book, surf the net, or whatever. I remember I had a girlfriend who, this was about 20 years ago, and I met in Korea. She was a lot younger than me. She was about 20 years younger than me. But she was so smart. She was a genius. She had graduated high school at 16, like 2 years, 3 years ahead. She had gotten her master's degree in 2 years. She had 2 double degrees and super intelligent, spoke 4 languages, incredible, Russian, incredibly intelligent woman. And we started living together. And, I was constantly doting on her. And she just looked at me, and she's a strong woman. I call her my Russian bear because she was like insanely mentally strong, emotionally strong. And she looked at me and she says, I'm not a princess. You can just leave me alone and I can take care of myself. And I just looked at her and go, I love you. Like that's just, not having to be constantly on is a thing, right? So yeah, being separate, right, helps in that mental stability. If you're constantly eating caviar every day, it gets boring. You don't want it anymore. If you're constantly eating steak every day, you don't want it anymore. It's not special. So that's the same thing for a human being. You need that separation so that when you're together, it's special. Thanks again, Paul. You're probably if I didn't meet you and Terry, I don't know how. If I didn't meet you and Terry, it would not have been as much fun. I would have still enjoyed being here, but having you two around, a lot of fun. You are that, because you're obviously you have a girlfriend. Terry's single, so he's my single friend that I go out with, and you're my couple friend that I get to go out with. So it's the best of both worlds, and I love it. And you and Terry are somewhat alike in your thinking. So I'm going to interview Paul one day as well. I interviewed Paul a couple times, but it was more on business and retirement life. But I want to interview Paul and talk about his adventure in coming here, because it's a very interesting and unique story. I love his story, and it's what I aspire all of you to take advantage of as well. So, what else is going on? Why does that not look the same on the live stream? That's weird. Well. That's the thing. On here, it looked the bottom scrolling goes all the way across. And on the live stream that I'm watching over here, it's only underneath. It stops right here. So the scroll is only within where my screen is. That's weird. Doesn't look natural. Anyway, I don't. You guys watch that. Anyway, yeah. So I've got a great bunch of vlogs coming out in the next couple of next week. It's going to be a lot of like personal, like what I think people's minds are. I have one vlog about why do expats hate on other expats? Why are there trolls? Why are there people who choose to take the time to be negative? What is the psychology behind that? Okay, I'm going to talk about that. Then the following week, it's going to be a week of adventure and party because Princess Jasmine's coming. It's going to be so much fun. I'm praying that the weather holds and that we get some clear weather for the next few weeks so that when Princess Jasmine is here, we can go out and enjoy the weather, go to the beach, go to the island hopping. We're going to do island hopping twice, and we're going to do the beaches a couple of times. And I'm going to take her maybe to a resort so that she can enjoy it, because she loves going in the ocean. Swimming pool, not as much. Ocean, much more. So either we'll do island hopping every day, or go to a resort or something like that. Because our beach, the storm washed away a lot of the sand, so it's kind of rocky. They haven't replaced it yet. Don't know when they will. What else? What do you guys think? I know that there are a few of you out there who are more interested in what is it like to be here from a social perspective. And I'll be very honest with you, I have not gone out on many dates. I've dated a few people, like I've dated more foreigners than I have Filipinos. I'll put it that way. Being that I'm in a tourist area in a hotel district, I meet a lot of foreigners, especially going to the beach here, because it's predominantly tourists who are at the beach here. So when I meet people, I'm meeting people from, I met people from Czech Republic. So Angelina, I met people from your home country. I've met people from Greece, Italy, Korea, Japan, Mongolia. So I've gone out with a couple of Korean girls. I went out with a Mongolian girl, and a French girl. So yeah, it's very easy to meet a lot of tourists here. Filipinas, I want to kind of take it easy there because I'm not here for very long. Now, when I come back, and I was talking to Paul about this, is that I would consider dating a little bit more seriously. Not dating for fun though, dating for not for marriage. I doubt I will ever get married at this point in my life, but dating for a serious relationship. And I talked with Lady Sarah about this as well, and she said, like, why? Like, I said, I have been alone for so long that I have built a very happy life. I know how to keep myself happy and satisfied. And Paul made a very good comment that hit the nail on the head. He says any relationship that he gets into, the number one thing he looks for is not beauty or brains or anything like that. Is that when he comes home, that there's peace. That she enables a peaceful life that doesn't add stress or drama to his environment. And I went like, wow, that is absolutely the comment on life. I'll tell you this much. It hit me in the face like a kimchi slap. If you guys know Korean dramas, they take the kimchi and they slap you across the face with it. Big plate of kimchi. Korean girls love drama. They love to create drama. And the reason behind that is because there's no public displays of affection. It's frowned upon in Korea, even holding hands. They call it skinship. Like relationship, they call it skinship. Holding hands, no. They get quickly into relationships. Within the third date, you're technically getting married. It's very serious in Korea. But public displays of affection are frowned upon. So arguing or fighting in public shows love. It's weird. But I do not like public drama. I had one girlfriend who tried to cause some drama. I just walked away. I never spoke to her ever again. She's probably still standing there to this day. I wouldn't know, because I ignored after that. I deleted and blocked. I'm too old. I don't care. And I think I talked with Paul about this, or I've talked with you guys about it, is that we come here with our Western ideals on women. And it is so difficult for a man to approach a woman, talk to a woman, and then even get a woman interested in having a conversation. So that if it does happen in the West, we attach to it and say, I'm not letting you go because you are rare. It is so hard to get a woman to be interested in me that I'm going to do whatever I can to keep you interested in me. Don't come here. Don't come to Southeast Asia with that mindset. When you come here, you have to beat them off. Okay? It's wrong to say this, but you can be the biggest prick on the planet and you will have women lining up to talk to you. Terry cannot, he's got too many. He's having a great time. He's not being a pig. He's dating to meet the right woman. I reject all because I'm not interested in that drama. I'm thinking about it. You know, Paul and I talked about it, and I'm thinking about going on dates to have social interactions, not physical, not emotional, social. Because, you know, I have great friends here. Talking to my great friends is one of the highlights of my day. Like actually physically going outside and knowing that I'm going to bump into Terry because he's always out and about enjoying life just gives me joy. Getting up in the morning and texting Paul and Terry and saying, let's do this, let's do that, gives me joy. So much joy that they say yes and we all get together every day. It doesn't get boring. I haven't had that in a long time. I probably haven't had that. I'm going to say, well, obviously the last 5 years in Sri Lanka, and probably, I'm going to go back at least 8 years when I had my friend Richard, who was an American contractor, civilian contractor in Korea. He was my best friend, but when he left, it was hard. I mean, obviously he worked full-time, I worked full-time. We hung out on the weekends. I did live with him for a short time when I was between apartments. I was living with my friend Johnny. He had a huge place and he asked me to come and live with him because he says, you know, let's rent this place. It was a huge luxury penthouse. And I said, oh yeah, that is, I have to get in on that. And then what happened is, unfortunately, he had to leave the country. I couldn't afford to live there by myself. So I had subleased my condo at the time and I couldn't move back in. I had to wait 3 months. And so that's when I moved in with Richard and I stayed with him for 3 months. But it was, I mean, and he was gone for he had to go back to the States for a short time. So I maybe house sat his place. But before that, like 8 years, in the last 8 years, I haven't had a male friend because where I could go out every day. So having that is really important to me. Having a female friend is important to me too. That's why I love Lady Sarah and Princess Jasmine, my two lady friends. We would always hang out in Korea. It was beautiful. But I mean, they had their lives, right? I was not a romantic friend. I was a best friend. So, you know, they had their own lives. Oh, you want to hang out? No, I'm going out with the boyfriend or blah, blah, blah. And I said, oh, that's cool. No problem. So I think it's really important that you come here, if you're a solo traveler, with the double mindset. Meeting a long-term expat is very important, but don't go to the bars. I've talked about that before. Don't go meet expats at the bars. Get involved in some social group, like a networking group or a meetup group, and meet like-minded individuals. I have decided to stop drinking, 100%. Not because it's dry January, but just because, you know, it doesn't bring joy to my life. And I've talked about this before. Removing things that don't bring you joy to your life, or removing things that give you stress, is the first step to a joyful and long life. Removing financial stress, removing emotional stress, removing psychological stress, removing health stress. Removing those things out of your life will give you a better life. Okay? If you're constantly stressing, that's not a way to live. That's not healthy. Okay? It's not good. And I've talked with Lady Sarah about this. One reason she is not marrying her boyfriend today, which she said she would, because he's like she said he's the whole package, except for one thing. He is not 100% financially stable. And that instability in the future, if it becomes more unstable, will cause stress. She has learned from me. She has learned that if you don't have those things locked in, that it will cause stress in your future, and it will damage other parts of your relationship. So if his work stress comes home, it will damage their relationship. Give me 1 second here, guys. Wow. My internet company in Sri Lanka has just announced unlimited packages. I guess they're losing, Darren, SLT, I guess they're losing too many customers to Starlink, because they have just introduced unlimited turbo, 1 gig down, 300 up, unlimited for 40,000 rupees, which is about just over 100 US dollars. I would probably get because I need a fast upload. I would probably get the 200 down, 200 up for 15,000 rupees, which is about $50. That's what I would get. I don't remember what I have right now. And that gives you a static IP address as well. I don't know what I'm going to do when I go back, because I'm only going to go back for 3 or 4 months. So before I cancel my service, I'm going to cancel it. But that's interesting. SLT, which is Sri Lanka Telecom, is my internet provider. Who provides you the cable unlimited? Was that Dialogue? Yeah, Darren, let me tell you something. I had enough stress and enough drama in my life, in my previous relationships. I don't need any more. I've collected enough to last me a lifetime. So I've chosen to never have relationship stress. And no relationship is worth any kind of stress to me. So I've made that choice. I don't want to compromise. Dialogue. Yeah, if I was to return to Sri Lanka permanently, I would review the internet service providers I've had and look, and based on my usage profile, again, because I need lots of upload. Because I've explained this before. When I do my YouTube, Obviously, right now I'm uploading. My download is not as important. Yeah, adult relationship goal, a bit of stress is great. Yeah, no, not interested. That's my personal choice. And she as well is in agreement. That's why we get along so well. She even said, I've said it, she said it, even 5-6 years ago. She said, you know, Sam, the way you take care of me and the way our relationship is, you've ruined every guy after you for me. And I said, yeah, I've done that before. Women have, you're not the first woman to say it. And she as well is very particular about the kind of guy she wants. She wants that stability. She doesn't want stress in her life. So do I. I wouldn't want any stress in my life. Why would I date someone who is an entrepreneur, who is trying to build a startup company, and if that fails, their stress will come into the relationship? Why would I do that? And it's not about her being picky. It's about her understanding psychologically what could happen in the future and avoiding that risk, right? It's like, you know, anything in life. Why would you subject yourself to the possibility of drama or downfall? It's not. If you only like one thing, why do you want to expose yourself to others? Right? I've said it before. I'll say it again. It's a smart way to do it. Life is never a guarantee. Absolutely. But why do you have to gamble? We only have a few decades in this life, right? Why risk it? Why waste it? And you know what, Darren? If that's somebody's choice, that's somebody's choice, right? You know, we're not wrong. You're not wrong. I'm not wrong. You're not right. I'm not right. I am right for myself, though. Because you know what? I'm happy. I'm fulfilled. And I am proud of the life I live. And so are you. You have a great life. You have a great family. You have a great wife. I've met them. You have a great life. Another time, another place, I might have gone down that path. But right now, at my current place, I'm never going to do that because I don't have that much time left. I don't want to invest the time to hopefully get what you have. I don't have that time. You've invested 30, 40 years. You've been with your wife a long time. So there's an investment there. I'm not ready to do that at this point in my life. And I'm not saying that your way is the wrong way. I'm not saying my way is the right way. I'm saying, guys, this is what I have done to achieve happiness. If you wish to follow me, then go right ahead, right? I'm not saying don't get married. I'm saying I have made the choice to not. If you wish to follow me and accept what I'm saying as a valid option, then, you know, that's your choice. I'm not promoting single life. I'm showing what happens if you're single. Do you remember, Darren, how much you're paying for dialogue and the speed you're getting? I think we talked about this before, but did you check if they lowered their pricing? Because everyone lowered the pricing after Starlink debuted in Sri Lanka. But when I go back, I'm just going to pick some just like generic option and live through it for the next 3 or 4 months until I return to Philippines. And when I leave Sri Lanka, I'm going to cancel my fiber. I'm not going to keep it. What else is going on? What time is it? 11 o'clock. We have to start thinking about wrapping up, guys. I always want to thank you guys for joining. I always want to thank you guys for hanging out and chatting. It's always fun on Saturday mornings, Friday nights in North America, Saturday afternoon in Australia, early Saturday morning in Europe. To all of my friends, you guys are the best. It's just so much fun to hang out and just have this community. I'm really looking forward to the next 3 months. I'm just praying that we get monetized before I return to Sri Lanka. Because the content in Sri Lanka is not going to be as good as it is here. So that's why I think the time in Sri Lanka will be reduced to like 3 months, because there just isn't enough content for me to do every day. And it'll all be about planning to return. It'll all be about planning to return. Planning to return full-time. Planning to return in retirement. So there'll be a lot of content about pensions, healthcare, moving, logistics, what to bring, those kinds of things. Yeah, 8,000 a month for 30 megabits per second is absolutely perfect. I couldn't use that though. Like, I could, it would just take so much time. Like, for example, okay, when I get a 30-minute vlog, it's about 8 gigabytes of data, right? That's a lot of data. And first thing I have to do is I have to move it from my camera to my laptop, which takes about 5-10 minutes. I mean, I could remove the card, put the card in. I don't like removing cards because that's how I ruined last time. Was the card, some kind of static or something happened and the card was ruined. I lost like 3 or 4 days worth of data. So I just plug it in using USB and I let it do its thing and I don't touch the computer. I've learned my lesson. Then once it's on my computer, I edit it. The edited using the Insta360 app, I move the aperture, like the lens, to focus on my face and everything like that. Because it's a 360-degree camera, you can choose where the lens is pointed at. And then I just fix the framing and everything like that, the zoom in, zoom out, or whatever. Then I upload that. So then I compile it. That takes, 5, 10, 15, that takes a long time. Because it doesn't download it. The app is in. Darren, see you later, brother. Enjoy the day, okay? Thanks again for hanging out. Be safe out there. So the app, the Insta360 app, does the work in my laptop. So it uses the processing power of my laptop. Can't use my laptop while I'm doing that. I can surf the internet, but I can't play a video game or do anything memory intensive because it's using the GPU and the CPU to process the video. So it's compiling the video and then it exports it to my laptop without using the internet. It's using the processing power. Once that file is downloaded, exported, I have to upload it to my editing tool. While that's happening, I'm creating subtitles using the laptop. So one upload. I edited it on the internet, in the cloud, and I download the edited video. So that's one upload, one download. Once it's downloaded, I have to upload it to YouTube. So that's 2 uploads, 1 download. And 1 video processor. So it's a lot of work to get one vlog up. I would say processing time and downloading time and uploading time, about an hour or more. Probably more, probably 2 hours. The editing doesn't take that long. The editing is very easy because I use an AI tool to edit. Paul, see you in a little bit, okay, brother? We're going to wrap up as well. It's time to get out of here and get to the beach. Text me and let me know what's going on in the next 20, 30 minutes. Otherwise, I'm going to head down to the pool and I'll be down there. Let me text Terry and see what he's up to. So, guys, if you're on here, please say hi. Let me know if you have any questions. If you have any comments, if you have any thoughts on retiring in Southeast Asia, what's up with you? Where are you calling from? What else is going on? Oh, I went to immigration and I got my final extension and I got my ID card. So I'm going on Monday. Let's see. Whenever my schedule permits, I'm going to go to the bank and see if I can open a bank account at Union Bank. I know I can open a bank account at BDO. That's not going to be a problem. But I want to do one at where there's a physical branch. BDO, I have to go all the way to the other side of Lapu-Lapu, on the other side of the airport, to get to a branch, a BDO branch. There's a BDO ATM right here, so that's not an issue of using their ATM. It's just Union Bank, I can go in and get change. That's the issue. Once you get an ATM, it's all 1,000 peso notes. You can't use those. Getting change is awful in this country. Because if I go to the fruit market, I spend 200 pesos, maybe. Nobody has change for 1,000. So going to if I go to the Union Bank here and I go to their ATM, they will come to me and say, oh, sir, I go inside and try to get change. We can only do like a few thousand because you don't have an account here. And I have to show my passport and everything. I said, I pulled this out of your ATM. Here's the receipt. A bank, I have to look up the law, but a bank's responsibility is to provide money. And if I ask for change from legal money, they should have to provide it. I need to look up that banking rule because that was the rule in Canada. You don't go to a store. A store does not have to give you change. A bank does because they distribute currency. That's their job. Okay, the government doesn't distribute currency. The government distributes currency to the banks. The banks distribute currency to the people. So, who am I supposed to get change from? I used your ATM. Your ATM gave me money. Now, please make change for this money. You got a fee from me. I get annoyed at things like that. Oh. Anyway, speaking of annoyed, I was talking to Sarah last night and she was like, and the conversation came up about me being alone. And I said, like, people annoy me. I said, I only have like a few friends. And she said, why are you friends with me? And I said, well, because you annoy me the least. Right? And I said, people annoy me and you annoy me the least. And it was a joke. I said it as a joke. I don't mean it seriously. I love people. She said that. She goes, you talk to everyone. Why? How come you hate people? I said, I don't hate people. I say it as a joke. It's basically this, that I find the people who are like-minded, who are positive, who put out positive vibes or energy or emotions, who don't complain or who are not negative. Like, people who are happy. And I find that, especially now in retirement, the people I meet, just joyous. And how can you not be sad here? Now, there are a few characters. I've talked about this before, and I know Paul will talk about it. We'll talk about it later. There are some interesting characters in our community. Not going to talk about it. I'm not going to say who they are, but there are some very interesting characters that are here, and how do I put this? They're not creepy, but you will not sit down and talk with them. Absolutely not. There are 3 that I have seen so far. One I saw last night, I was ready to knock the guy out if he did one more thing. He was being very rude to the service staff in the restaurant I was at. And I was looking at him, and I think he caught my eye because right? And he looked at me, and he went outside after that. He sat outside because he was drunk, and he was making comments and being loud. I will jump in. I've done it before. Nobody's going to fault me, especially since I'm kind of well known in the neighborhood as being a nice guy. All the staff love me and know me, right? I remember one of the security guards I said hello to, and I was saying nice, like I was being very kind, and stopped and said hello. And he introduced me to one of the other gentlemen, and he says, oh, always watch out for him. I said, what? He says, oh, he's the nicest guy in the whole village. I'm like, oh, thanks. I always wave to the security guys, to the marshals, to the local police, so that they know me, and they remember me, and they see me, especially when I'm riding my motorcycle, right? And so that if anything ever happens, they will kind of be on my side because they know who I am, right? So there's always something to be said about being friendly with the people who have a little bit of power, right? Even my landlord, I'm always positive. Like there was a 24 hours where I didn't have internet because they hadn't paid the bill, right? And I was like, it still isn't up and running. Can you take care of this? She's like, yeah, I'm really very sorry. And I'm like, oh, it's not your fault. You didn't do it. You didn't cause the problem. So thank you for fixing it for me. I appreciate that. She says, you're so kind, you're so polite. And I'm like, why not? She says, thank you so much. So they're always taking care of me. If I need something, they'll take care of it because I've been kind to them in the first place, and not like, well, this is ridiculous. You guys should take care of this. No, why? Why get them upset? And the Filipino people are so sensitive. They want peace, just like Thai people. Most South Asians have that honor, that they call it saving face. Koreans have it too. You don't argue, yell, or be sarcastic or condescending. You be kind and considerate and honorable, and you ask, what can we do to solve this? What can you do to help me? Is there anything that you can suggest? And they'll be like, yes, sir. Why don't we try this? Why don't you give me 5 minutes and let me see what I can do? Absolutely. Anything that you can do, even if you can't, anything that you can try, I will be grateful. So, then people will go out of their way to help you. Right? So that's what I'm going to wrap it up with you guys today. All right, I'm going to start getting ready, get to the beach, enjoy today's beautiful day. I'm Sri Lankan Sammi in Cebu. I want to thank everyone who joins, who likes, who shares, who comments. And remember, learn to live life. Don't let life live you. Keep up the support, guys. I truly love your support, your comments, your advice, your constructive criticism. Like, explain to me a problem and then offer me a solution. What you think I should do. I may not do it, but providing me a solution is the step that I can go towards. And then I'll just say, no, I'm not going to do that. Right? Like getting rid of the music, I'm not going to do that. Not going to happen. I can't. I'll do my best to minimize it to the best of my abilities, but I'm not going to change. But give me a solution, or give me details as to what's wrong. Not just like, oh, your vlogs are stupid. Oh, thanks. Why take the time to tell me that? Show your intelligence by offering me a solution, not your ignorance. But I truly appreciate every one of you who is here supporting the love. You know, it's one of the top reasons why I continue to do this every day, like a vlog a day. That's a lot of work, okay? I could just be lazy and just sleep on my ass and just churn out crap, but I try to do my best. And I'm gonna do another vlog today. What am I gonna do today? Let's see, what vlog should I make today? I have a list of vlogs, and today's vlog is things I've learned in old age. Right? You can't, the old adage, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. What have I learned in the last 5 years, and what have I learned in the last 3 months? I've learned a lot in the last 3 months. Stay tuned for that. I want to remind you guys again, please be supportive, be positive, help each other, okay? If you feel so strongly about the light that you have, if you feel that you want to share, this is where we're going to do it. It's not just about me. It's about us as a community to grow and help each other get to where we are. Like either where you are, where I am, or where we want to be. Okay? Supportive and strong. And remember, we're not strangers. We're just friends who haven't met yet. Be good to each other. We'll see you all on the other side.